Dating safety is an issue for the whole family. If you're not the one dating, your brother or sister could be dating, your daughter or son, your parent. It's important to look out for loved ones while they are dating to keep them safe.
And dating has just changed so much over the years. Well, we've got the host of KSL Podcast, Dating at Her Age, Dave Dujanovic, and Caitlyn Johnston joining us right now to discuss, first of all, this podcast and DIY background check. So I know you are all over this, and you're good. First, start off telling us how this came to be, this podcast, Dating at Her Age.
Well, you know, Caitlyn and I are light years apart in age. She's in her 20s. I'm dating and single in my 50s. And we decided it was time that we sit down and talk about the real issues surrounding dating, because dating has changed so much since I was her age. It was her idea that we do this podcast.
Yes, well, my idea for her to do a podcast. And you have so much knowledge about this issue specifically and keeping yourself safe.
Okay, so conference special happening this Saturday, and you're tackling DIY background checks. Explain to me what you're doing.
Well, Dan and Cher, like 60 million Americans are using dating apps to connect now and to find their hopefully forever love. Yeah. Which in my view means we're dating perfect strangers.
Yeah.
We're meeting people we've never met before. We don't know their parents. We don't know their friends. We didn't grow up in the same neighborhood. So what Caitlyn and I sat down and did is we came together with a checklist of publicly available, searchable, some of them are free, or low-cost websites that people can use to keep themselves safe while dating, or like Dan, you referenced your son or your daughter safe while they're dating.
Yeah.
So it's a concern, because it used to be, hey, my friend knows someone, and you have at least someone you can check it through. What's the biggest surprise that you found with this?
Well, I just want to mention too, like I have a friend who didn't realize she was dating a registered sex offender, and that was something that me and the investigative friend unit is what I've called it, that we kind of discovered when things were just not adding up. So that's just a very specific reason that you just really need to know who you're talking to.
Well, and we all kind of jump on people's social media accounts, but those, let's be honest, those are fake.
They're
not all fake. But
not yours, not ours.
You're putting out what you want people to see.
So what Caitlyn and her investigative friends unit what they were able to do was look at sex offender registries, use something simple like Google to find articles on the individual her friend was dating. But there are a lot of other resources out there. Easy way to find court records, whether somebody's spent time in federal prison. And I know this might sound really over the top for some people, but when you work in the news business,
when you see what we see,
we just feel like this checklist is a great way for people to start the steps of keeping themselves safe while dating strangers online.
So when can we listen to the special?
It will air Saturday at 1:30 p.m.
on KSL NewsRadio.
Oh, you guys, I'm fascinated. Do you talk about your journey and dating and like who you meet and all the things too?
So tune into our podcast too as well. We have several episodes that have already dropped. We dropped another one this morning, and they're free to listen to at KSLPodcast.com.
I love it. I love that you're expanding your investigative friend group to everyone. I love that. Ladies, thank you so much. DIY background checks airs on KSL News Radio, as I mentioned, Saturday at 1:30. You can get an in-depth look at the topic and many more insights on dating by checking out Dating at Her Age on KSL Podcast. New episodes drop every Thursday, so just go over to the KSLPodcast.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
All right. That will be very interesting. And again, everybody has kind of a
and I'm not going to lie, I love being an investigative friend.
Well,
I want to know all the dirty details.
Oh, yeah. Checking all the social media.
I'm looking at all of it.
Empower everyone to be able to find
Join the
dig
friend
deep.
group.